My name is Cornel Ciocirlan. I'm a Chief Technologist for EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East and Africa. I get to think about the future, and I get to talk to our customers about the future, and I get to understand what their needs are and help them with technologies and with products that will make them successful. Video delivery is moving more and more towards IP. It's already in IP for the telcos, for example, but it's moving more and more towards IP for cable as well. So what we see over the next 5 to 7 years, let's say, is that cable operators will look to take advantage of the flexibility that IP delivery gives them, and they will aggressively move towards delivering video over IP. You have to look at a couple of things, right? You need to increase the amount of bandwidth in your network. Do that by taking out some of the legacy services. For example, analog is still using a significant amount of spectrum, and that's a very low efficiency utilization of that spectrum, right? If you convert that to digital, you have a 10-fold increase in the number of SD channels you can offer over that channel. You increase the amount of spectrum, for example, you go from 1 gigahertz to 1.2 gigahertz, or you make more or better use of the spectrum you have. The industry has developed DOCSIS 3.1, and DOCSIS 3.1 is about increasing the spectrum and the ability to go beyond 1 gigahertz. But it's also about making better use of the existing spectrum. Service providers need to understand whether it's upstream that they need to address first, or whether it's downstream that they need to address first. So they need to understand what's driving the move to IP. Is it the need to improve the flexibility and the customer experience, the need to merge the over-the-top experience and let's say the app-driven video delivery experience with the traditional, let's say, bouquet of channels and services that the operator is offering. And as they get used to that, they expect that from everything that's around them. They expect that from the set-top box, from the TV. They want that to be instantaneous, and that's a challenge for operators, right? They have to think not just about bandwidth, but they have to think about latency as well, and they have to make the whole end-to-end service delivery very efficient in order to provide this zero lag experience. If operators do not start reducing the amount of bandwidth that legacy subscribers are using, they will face a problem. SDV is a great tool to address this legacy subscriber base, and is actually a great enabler for allowing the operator to focus on new services and to freeing up bandwidth for those new services. Operators have to keep up with the latest and greatest compression technologies, and especially that's very valid for new types of services where they can actually roll out a new box head-end that can offer all the channels in HEVC, and all of a sudden you've saved a lot of bandwidth. There is a huge advantage to be gained when you multiplex or aggregate multiple VBR streams together into a bigger pipe. Instead of having to use these discrete 50 megabits or 38 megabits channels, they can aggregate those channels together into a bigger pipe, 400 megabits, 800 megabits, 1 gigabit or more. You get a lot more statistical multiplexing benefits. Operators have to carefully plan the rollout of these services and plan the spectrum evolution so that they free up the bandwidth as they go in order to be able to offer these new services. At the same time, they have to obviously focus on offering the best broadband service by rolling out DOCSIS 3.1, by preparing themselves for the gigabit era, starting to offer gigabit services, and expanding the spectrum to be able to improve the efficiency, but to increase the bandwidth, but also as they roll out DOCSIS 3.1, improve the efficiency of the spectrum usage. All of these things operators have to plan today, think about today, in order to be able to take advantage of these technology steps over the next couple of years.